What a year to celebrate. We're starting to get a handle on the pandemic that turned our world upside down just over a year ago. Our neighbors at Waldemere Park are turning 125 this year. The Tom Ridge Environmental Center is 15 years old this year. Another important anniversary this year is that 50 years ago, in 1971, passing by a vote of 4-1, the Pennsylvania Environmental Rights Amendment was ratified into our state constitution. In that Environmental Rights Amendment, it states the people have the right to clean air, pure water, and to the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, and aesthetic values of the environment. Pennsylvania's public natural resources are the common property of all the people, including generations yet to come. As trustees of these resources, the Commonwealth shall conserve and maintain them for the benefit of all people. That brings us to why we're here today. Our last anniversary to celebrate is the one that everyone in Erie County should be proud of. It just happens to be the 100-year anniversary of the creation of Presque Isle State Park in 1921. Just for a minute, put that in perspective with the landmark Pennsylvania Environmental Rights Amendment of 1971. 50 years before all Pennsylvanians decided it was time to stand up for our natural treasures, Erie made that commitment with Presque Isle State Park. They knew that this peninsula was for everyone, and that they knew that it was just too special to let anything happen to. They pushed the Commonwealth to protect this land we stand on today, and in May of 1921, the Pennsylvania State Park at Erie was born. It was just the second state park in Pennsylvania. That's something that everybody here should be proud of. There's just too much history at Presque Isle State Park for just one single celebratory event. From the legislation that created the park, to the first roads on the peninsula allowing visitors to access different areas of the park, the building of park facilities to support recreation such as swimming, picnicking, and boating, to the designation of the park and lighthouse as national natural landmarks and national historic landmarks respectively, the reestablishment of the endangered piping plover to our Gull Point natural area, and lastly the modernization of park facilities to include the marina, enhanced roadway system, modern restrooms, Carl Boy's multi-purpose National Recreation Trail, and the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. These are just a few of those historic milestones in our park's 100-year history. Because of that, we need a full year to celebrate. How are we going to do that? We will be announcing events, activities, programs, and park enhancements for the next 12 months. From historic exhibits to activities on the park that everyone can take part in. We will be planning and preparing for the next 100 years of Presque Isle by making much needed park infrastructure improvements, taking future recreational uses of the park and environmental impacts such as lake level fluctuations and severe storms into account. You can find out about all of these things on the DCNR calendar of events on our webpage. Each of these activities, events, or announcements will be posted there so everyone can be involved in the celebration of Presque Isle State Park. So you may be asking yourself, how can we do all of this in just 1 year? Only with the help from you and our two park support organizations, the Presque Isle Partnership and the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation. These two organizations provide a way for each of you to get involved with making an impact on your peninsula. This is accomplished through organizing volunteer projects, raising and distributing funds for park improvements, environmental research, and educating our children, all of which help protect our park for many future generations. First, I would like to welcome John DeMarco, the Executive Director of the Presque Isle Partnership, up to say a few words. John?
Good morning. Needless to say, despite the many challenges we've all faced in recent times, it's important to remember that Presque Isle State Park has not let us down. The park, through the hard-working staff at DCNR, has remained open and continues to offer an outlet to clear our minds and exercise our bodies. The park is there when we need it most. That is true today and has been for the past 100 years, and hopefully for the next 100 years. The Presque Isle Partnership will continue to do our part with your help in making your park the best it can be. We are more focused now than ever on strengthening our mission to better your experience at Presque Isle by developing, funding, and implementing projects and programs on the park while protecting the natural environment. As you can imagine, planning events for which the partnership is best known for has been a challenging task. That has not stopped us, however, from thinking outside the box and creating opportunities for you, the park enthusiast, to celebrate Presque Isle's 100th anniversary and to show your park some much needed love. Over the past 4 months, we've been working with the Edinburgh Center for Branding and Strategic Communications. That's Edinburgh University's Beehive in the Northwest PA Innovation Beehive Network. The goal of this project was to develop a fun and engaging community challenge, if you will, to celebrate the PI 100. As Edinburgh's spring semester is just wrapping up, we look forward to sharing this program and several others with you in the next few weeks and throughout the year. And one last plug, the Presque Isle Partnership was selected as one of the Country Fair Cares Pump for Charity organizations. So next time you're planning to come down to the park and fill up, please stop by the Pump for Charity pump to benefit your park and some other great charities. With that, we're excited beyond belief to celebrate this 100th anniversary of Presque Isle with our partners, and I'll turn it back over to Matt to introduce our next key partner. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Next, Barbara Chafee, President and CEO of the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation.
Thank you, Matt. Good morning. The Trek Foundation is thrilled to be kicking off the 100th anniversary of Presque Isle State Park and the 15th anniversary of the Tom Ridge Environmental Center with Matt Green and John DeMarco. Over the past 13 years, the Trek Foundation has provided over $524,000 in grants to our environmental partners, with $209,000 of those dollars going to Presque Isle State Park and the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. Through the past 10 years, we've been privileged to provide $131,000 through the IU5 for educating K through 12 students in 17 school districts for STEAM education focused education programming by our stellar Presque Isle State Park Complex educators, with the remainder of our funds providing support for other environmental partners here at Trek, like Purple Martin, whose global headquarters is here. To celebrate the anniversary of Presque Isle State Park and the Trek Foundation is currently fundraising to begin the process with Pennsylvania DCNR and the Presque Isle State Complex on redesign of our exhibits at Trek, using emerging technologies, leading to meaningful student and visitor experiences for how they learn today and in the future. We will be working with one of the top interactive exhibit designers in the country, and we'll have more information on that later. I'm not disclosing yet, right? I also have to say, in case you have not read the book Accidental Paradise, that was by Dr. David Frew and Jerry Skripczak, titled 13,000 Year History of Presque Isle. We have to actually remind everyone that yes, Presque Isle itself was 13,000 years in the making, and it is priceless. Presque Isle and all of our partners here, along with the Presque Isle Partnership, the park, and the Trek team, will continue to educate and heighten awareness of the part we all play in nurturing, protecting, and caring for the region's most critical asset, both Lake Erie and Presque Isle State Park. So, thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Barbara, and thanks to both of you. Without your support and your help in everything we do here at Presque Isle, we wouldn't be able to do all of the things that we are able to do at this point. Presque Isle State Park is part of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's state park system. It's one of 121 state parks. It's part of the Commonwealth. It's your park. Please take advantage of the many activities that are happening over the next year and help us celebrate 100 years of this great natural wonder. Also, please take the opportunity to help us ensure your park, Presque Isle State Park, is here for many future generations to enjoy. By getting involved with one of these two park support organizations, come out for a park cleanup event, make sure that you leave this amazing piece of Erie history better than how you found it with each visit. Thank you very much, and have a great day.